best way to start it, but okay. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Just trying to see how the audio is working. Yep, looks all fine and dandy as we are here, ready to close out possibly one of the most chaotic rounds to kick off an NRL season that we've seen in recent memory, because so much things have happened in terms of results and whatnot. But obviously we're here to close out the round. We're going to be talking and watching along with the Redcliffe Dolphins and the North Queensland Cowboys in a sort of preamble of a Queensland derby, if you will. But first things first, what we are going to do, if we just transition over to here, is we are going to preview the teams, because all the team lists have come out. So we should just have a look at that. So fullbacks, this is going to be a fantastic battle to see. You got Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow for the Dolphins, and you've got Scott Drinkwater for the Cowboys. Jermaine Asako and Jack Bostick as the wingers for the Dolphins, while Kyle Felt and Murray Talagi as the wingers for the Cowboys. And they're joined by Tessie Neal and Herbie Farnworth in his first game for the Dolphins as the centres. And you got Valentine Holmes and Zach Labert in the centres for North Queensland. And of course you got the playmakers Cody Nikorima and Sean O'Sullivan for the Dolphins, and Tom Dearden and Chad Townsend for the Cowboys. Moving now into the forward packs, and you've got Jesse Bromwich, Jeremy Marshall-King and Thomas Flegler as the prop hooker prop for the Dolphins. John McLean, Reece Robson and Jason Tamalolo as the prop hooker prop for the Cowboys. Felice Kafusi and Connor Lemilu as the second row for the Dolphins, with Ray Stone at lock. And you've got Helam Lukey and Jeremiah Nanai in the second row for the Cowboys, with Ruben Cotter at lock. Interchange consists of Josh Kerr, Max Plath, Kenny Bromwich, and Mark Nichols for the Dolphins, and Jake Granville, Griffin Niam, Sam McIntyre. I'm going to try to pronounce this, I actually haven't seen this name. Kalikafu Fenafiaki, I believe is how to pronounce it. I'm sorry if I butchered it. And the injury reserves here are Jared Wallace for the Dolphins and Thomas McKaylee for the North Queensland Cowboys. My voice is slightly butchered, to say the very least, for this match. But yeah, I think it's going to be a very interesting game to see how this does play out. You've got a whole heap of things that could potentially be happening throughout the game. This is obviously, we have to talk about the round that has just preceded of all the games that's happened beforehand. The quality is a bit shaky. And everything's going to be taking ridiculously slow to load, but just got to keep a sort of eye on like how the quality is. But it shouldn't be too bad. But it is actually quite noticeable. Okay, just trying to get some views to see on how the other side of it will go, but we still got about 25 minutes till we kick off the match. I think what we can do in this preamble is sort of is start going into what has happened in this round. So specifically the Australian and New Zealand part. So obviously you've had Thursday, you've had the match between the Knights and the Raiders, which was, I think it was a pretty bad match in terms of if you were just a neutral or regardless. And then obviously the Knights just didn't show up, and Canberra just kind of eventually just got over the line because someone had to. Yeah, it probably wasn't the greatest of matches. Friday at 6 are the Warriors and the Sharks. The Warriors had a really good start, but then just the Sharks came back and the Warriors just really didn't do anything. And yeah, the Sharks getting a big win over in New Zealand. That is the Warriors' first loss in New Zealand since, I believe, it would be similar to since June, I believe, is the last time the Warriors lost at home. Then you've got the Friday 8 PM game, which was the Melbourne Storm and the Penrith Panthers. It was a low-scoring game, but it was a very, very good defensive match. Penrith being held to 0 for the first time since round 22 in 2022. So that's those are numbers that I'm trying to think of the cricket commentator, but no, that's all right. But obviously you've also had the Storm continuing on with their winning streak of winning in round 1, which is a fantastic result for them to still keep going with that. It's lovely. It's lovely to see them keep going with that. And Penrith, Storm gets sort of revenge for the prelim final. It's not it's not 100% exact revenge, but yeah. Then we move into Saturday, and I believe a lot of parity did come restored from that match, as you had Parramatta taking on the Bulldogs, and Parramatta just dominated the match, just didn't really give the Bulldogs a sniff into the game, which I believe is which is probably the best result you could get for the Parramatta Eels, and that is just holding on and just dominating them. And then the match, which I definitely didn't expect the result of, the St. George Illawarra Dragons putting on a clinic on the Gold Coast at 7:35. Yeah, that was really, really impressive to see from the Dragons, because obviously one of the teams that very much, a lot of the teams that no one really favoured in this have actually started off pretty well so far. But I think it's just a lot of the teams maybe a little bit too slow coming out of the gates. But you still got 26 goddamn rounds, so you can't really say teams are out yet. Even though people online are, because people online are so very reactionary and very short-term memory derived. But it's what happens. And now we close off with today's game. So the Redcliffe Dolphins and the North Queensland Cowboys. So in my predictions for this match, I predicted that I think the Cowboys should be able to take the result out of Suncorp, but this is a game where besides from the Parramatta game, every other game the underdog has won. So it could continue with the Redcliffe Dolphins taking the win. So it matches up with the trend somewhat, or the Cowboys actually have a really good display, because I know they've got the team that can do it. Don't get me wrong, they've got a very solid team. It's just you got to get all those pieces working, and if they can get that working, then the Cowboys should be able to get a result. I just want to checking that everything's sort of sorted. Yep, we're all trying to just sort everything out. We do have a poll for this match, and so far it is the Redcliffe Dolphins that are winning. So people are expecting that the trend of what's been happening with the underdogs winning could very much continue, which would be very much an important result for the Dolphins. I mean, I did make a video a couple of months ago talking about bold predictions for the NRL season this year, and one of them was that I said that the North Queensland Cowboys will not get a win against any Queensland opposition, so that could end almost immediately, or it couldn't. And they're joined by Tessie Neal and Herbie. Okay, yeah. So I was just trying to check to see that the notifications and all that were working, but yeah, it's very it's an exciting time. It is very much an exciting affair, because anything really could happen now, because I mean, you've had, except for the Melbourne Storm, all of the top 4 have lost. I mean, I was actually surprised it didn't come out as a draw, because it's it just seemed like that sort of round. But yeah, you also had 5th place lost. The Roosters won. I'm just trying to think. So only Canberra. Yeah, the Sharks. So pretty much the only teams to win in the top 8 from last year was third. Yeah, it was third, 7th, and 8th. Were the three teams that won from the top 8 last year, which is kind of wild for me in terms of that sort of idea. But yeah, it's an absolute great thing to see. So it keeps the season a bit okay. So you have to keep an eye on a few things. Not a few things, a whole lot of things, because we just don't know what's going to be happening for the rest of the year. Just waiting about it now. We've got about 25 minutes until the start of 20 minutes we should have until the start of the match, and it's going to be. I'm excited for this. So if anybody wants to put in any specific predictions, who do you think could be first try scorer? Will someone score a hat trick? Will the dreaded 50-point concede rule come into this match? Because the online rugby league community really loves when that happens, because it just sort of all culminates into this sort of just dunking on these certain teams. Oh, did you know that no team has conceded 50 and won the premiership? That rule, which is yeah, you can thank the Knights for that one. We take great pride in that. But yeah, I think in terms of key battles for this match, if we just go into this slide here, I mean, just down here, this is going to be a major one. You got Miso Tabuai-Fidow and Scott Drinkwater. Scott Drinkwater was very high up in the Dally M count last year, but obviously because he got suspended, he was ruled out of actually getting it if he did win. But had a fantastic season last year despite North Queensland's shortcomings. Just going to scroll into some other ones, and this is going to be an interesting one to see. Valentine Holmes and Herbie Farnworth, obviously they're going to be on different sides, but it is an interesting centres battle. Valentine Holmes, arguably one of the best centres in the NRL, taking on Herbie Farnworth in his first game as the Dolphins. Obviously previously playing for the Broncos. Sean O'Sullivan and Chad Townsend's going to be a very interesting one to see how this plays out. Two very formidable halfbacks. Felice Kafusi and Helam Luki, I think, is going to be an absolute barnstormer. Flegler versus Tamalalo, Ray Stone, Ruben Cora. It's you've got some of the best players within their positions in this match, and they're just going to absolutely go at it and collide at each other, which is what you want to see. You want to see that sort of thing. Hang on. I'm just going to clear my throat, and I don't want you to hear it. There we go. Hopefully that's much better. I love if I actually just missed it, and because I actually turned towards the mic to actually cough, and it just blurs the ever-loving daylights out of. I just spark it immensely. So yeah, still just polling the chat. If people are looking for a way to watch the match, you can 9 Now is probably the best bet for you. You just create an account on that, and you basically watch Channel 9 on your phone and desktop and all that, and it's free because this game is on Channel 9. So, or just watch it on Channel 9 because that is probably going to be the best bet for you. And I think it's going to be. I don't know. I'm actually I'm excited for this match because I think this is a match that very much anything can happen. The bloody what's his name? Bloody Guru says anything could be anything. Well, this match could be because from how the rounds transpired, we have no real idea of how this match is going to play out. I'm just going to be loading up KO now so we can get ready at least for the start of the match. And whilst I'm at it here, I'm just going to have a key look into the numbers and players and that. I believe they're just all the same sort of numbers. 17. Yep. got a pencil this time, not a pen, because I do like to write out the other team list so I can just have it on me somewhat. Then I think it's like an 18 and then 19, yeah. Because that's how it's got to be, and it's I think it's going to be hard to figure out what does end up happening in this match. We've got 2 votes now. Is it split down the middle? Is it more Dolphins? Yes, it's more Dolphins. Okay. I'm actually real. I do hope the Dolphins can get a result, because they started really well in their first year. Obviously, they did get stopped by the Dolphins, but they were still in that higher echelon of teams. And then sort of when he got to mid-season, they started to nosedive a little bit. But this is I believe, isn't this Wayne Bennett's last year with the Dolphins before it gets handed over to someone else? Or am I just spit? Yeah, because isn't Wayne Bennett becoming? No, Wayne Bennett was in line for the New Zealand coach role, but I've just heard that this is his fault. It's like a 2-year deal and it's getting handed over to someone else. So we don't know what happens, but Wayne Bennett, he is still a really good coach. So you can't rule him out in terms of these matches. Just bear with me. I actually should get KO up, because yeah, the game's about to start in 20 so minutes. In my actual preseason predictions video, I did actually go and say, I did make a little bit of a bold claim saying that I do think the Dolphins will play finals this year, which is going to be, it's a spicy one that I'd like to think, but it's going to be one which is very much going to be a lot of analysis into how they do go. Jeremy Marshall-King also making a debut, so a few players are making their debut for the Dolphins today, and I think it should be, it's going to be exciting. Sarko, Niu, Farnworth. Farnworth should be really good. It's actually it's almost because these teams actually do hold a considerate amount of Origin players, very specifically, especially for Queensland, because you have players Dubois Fado. You've got Valentine Holmes, Jeremiah Nanai. Just trying to think of some other ones off the top of my head. Is Tamalolo? No, Tamalolo's not Queensland. Is he? Would he be eligible? I know he played for New Zealand, but now he plays for Tonga, so it could be eligible. But there is also a few New South Wales players. You've got Ruben Cotter's Queensland. Yeah, you've got a considerate amount of Origin players in this match. Nikorima, O'Sullivan. Then you got Talagi, Dearden, and Townsend. Townsend's, I think Townsend's going to have a good year this year. Yeah, Reece Robson also was another player that was selected for Origin. Marshall King, new signing for them. I think he actually might go really well, and it's going to be a really good battle to see between him and Robson. Yeah, it's going to be... And then you've got, obviously, Felus Kafusi as well, the absolute barnstormer that he is. He's going to be fun to watch this match, because he's just going to put shots on, which is what you want to see in your Sunday afternoon football. They're doing a lot of preview on the Cowboys, and it does make sense, because they did only just miss out on the finals last year, and they are a team that definitely want to change. So obviously, want to make the finals this year, and I think they definitely can if they can get all of their key pieces working for them. 3 votes now into the poll, and again, Okay. It actually figured out for a little bit. It was at 3 votes, which was at 100% for the Dolphins, but there is one more. Another one came in, and we've got our first Cowboys vote. So 4 people. It's a bit of a 3-1 split in favour of the Dolphins, but we are starting to see some people back in the Cowboys. Ray Stone and Ruben Cotter might actually be like I think it's going to actually be a very nice looking battle. Jeremiah Nana, I really like. Genuinely, like the Titans, not the Titans, the Cowboys do have a very good squad on paper. It's just they got to get all of those. They just got to get all of those key players working. That happens, they should make the finals. I don't want to say with like relative ease, but I mean, it's probably the only word you can really describe it as. So, in terms of the Bromwich brothers, Jesse Bromwich is starting at number 8, and Kenny Bromwich is coming off the bench. I believe is Kenny's. I think Kenny's the older one. If that, I think. You also got Mark Nichols, who is I think he's a very underrated player. Mark Nichols. Jake Granville, very solid 14. Happy to see him back this year. Sam McIntyre from the Titans. I'm excited to see how he does go, actually. From how he gets the ball, and we just get into the final play. Jared Wallace is an injury reserve. Definitely a player that could definitely break into the team this year. Okay, sweet. We've got the team list done and dusted. We can just go bang. For those wondering, in terms of the predictions, not in terms of predictions, but in terms of tipping, or betting, actually, which is actually the correct term for it. Cowboys currently $1.57 favourites, as the Dolphins are $2.39. But by the way the round's going, it's that $2.39 does look tasty in terms of like trying to actually predict predicting in these matches. Anybody who is actually looking to watch the game, unfortunately I can't show it on stream, but if you do make like a 9Now account or just download the app for it and just create the account for free, you'll be able to watch this match, because this is on Channel 9. So it's not just like the KO sort of. So, bro, who you got for anytime try scorers? Well, that's a really good question there. Sione, I just realised for a black background on the chat, blue's not the greatest of colours over the names. I don't know. Well, I tipped the Cowboys for this match. I reckon Talagi's. I'll give you 3. I'll give you like 2, which I'm certain should happen, and 1 if you want to get a bit boastful with it. I'll say Murray Talagi for the Cowboys. Could be 1, or should be 1. Hammer's a bit of an easy pick for the. It's a bit of a like safe pick, but I think the Hammer should go over. And in terms of forward pack, I don't know. This does seem like a match where a forward does go over it, like barges over straight from a flat ball to like go over, and I reckon Jeremiah Nana is that player. So for your anytime try scorers, if I was to put a bet on, I'd go Nanai, Talagi, and Tobai Fado. Is how I'd go of it. But it's how I structure my my multis. If the team that I tip, I usually have 2 of theirs and 1 of the other team. So this is if you were tipping, say, the Dolphins to take the win. I feel like Felice Kafusi could burrow himself over. That'd be cool to see. But yeah, those 3 would probably be who I'd go for this match. Okay, we're just looking. Yep, so 4 votes, 70. Yeah, there we go. It's now down to it's up to 5 votes now, and it's the Cowboys are starting to creep up, but it's still majoritively Dolphins. It's gonna be It's going to be a close match. It's going to be... I hope this is actually like a really entertaining match like the Penrith-Melbourne game. But to be fair, there wasn't that many points scored. But, cheers, mate. Yeah, no worries, Sione. Hopefully it goes well for you there. So how long we got to go? We shouldn't have too long left until the start of the match. Okay, we've got pretty much just about 10 minutes remaining until the end of the match. Yep. There we go. So in terms of the predictions from the panel here, Braithen Astor and Mark Lennis have gone the Cowboys. But Greg Alexander has tipped the Dolphins because of how the round has been, which completely makes sense because of how it's been. It looks like to be an alright crowd in at Suncorp. I'd probably say about 20,000-30,000. This is going to be a really good game. Dolphins aging pack. Well, I mean, they kind of had to sign an aging pack because these are the only players left. So the two Bromwich brothers, Jesse Bromwich is the oldest, 35, Kenny Bromwich 32, Mark Nichols 34. But they've also got like a pretty good like development system up there in Queensland for the Dolphins. I mean, they've got like a whole Queensland Cup side that they can go off, so that works pretty well for them. So $2.75 for a Cowboys 1 to 12. It's $2.80 for a Cowboys 13 plus. I don't know about that. That is pretty interesting. But if the Cowboys just focus and just dominate the match, they'll win easily. But the Dolphins could do it. But yeah, so yeah, it is actually kind of weird. I've just realised from the NRL ladder that the Dragons would be top of the table, wouldn't they? I might just have a quick check actually, because I do think the Dragons are top of the table. We'll just have a look at this. The ladder. Yeah, the Dragons are top of the table. By 2 points of a for and against. Oh, actually by 6. So the current top 4 is Dragons, Eels, Raiders, Manly. That is a very interesting top 4 to start out the year. Could someone join them? Could very much be possible someone does join them, being either the Dolphins or the North Queensland Cowboys. So it could be some expected like parity. If anybody is looking to watch the match, unfortunately, this is not going to be the stream, unfortunately, because the NRL will absolutely copyright the stream within about a couple of minutes. But the best place to probably go and watch it is to create a 9Now account, and you can go basically just watch it on it's an app. It's on your phone. You can sign it in on your desktop and just watch it from there, or you could just watch it on Channel 9 because it's one of the free-to-air games, which is lovely to see. It's an exciting match. It's a good top of match to close out the matches here on Sunday 4 p.m. They've always had some good matches. I'd say mostly. What if this is just a match? But yeah, so we're very close now. How long we got? I think we've got a couple of minutes. So it's 4 o'clock now. We've got about 5 minutes now till kick off. So we'll be getting there. We'll be very, very close to the eventual start of the final match of the first round of the NRL. A very prolonged round purely because of the matches in Vegas. Increasing the round by at least a week. That could have been the thing as well. I think maybe the reason they've also done the thing in Vegas the weekend before is so they could actually start the season just before the AFL start, because the AFL also has started this season as well, so Could have been a thing. That could have been a potential thing that did motivate them, which, would make a bit of sense. Okay, it should just be too far away now. We're just waiting for everything to go, and we do have a fantasy league. You can join fantasy leagues during the season, can't you? But yeah, if you do want to join that, there's the code down there. Okay, it should be very close now until the poll ends. So if you do want to get your votes in, it's 50-50 right now. We're getting very close now till it's 6-6. That's it, 6 votes in, and it's split 50-50 down the middle. So if somebody wants to come in and tip the scales, probably got a minute or two until that does occur. Just doing one of these promos for Sunday. They got I think it's Royal Blood was the band, or Midnight Blood. I think it's like a bit of a duality when it comes to when they do have artists like doing like promotion and stuff for the NRL. It's like when it's like an Australian act. It's like, oh, who's this? We should try to get like a big American act. Or like a big act from overseas, but when they do get a big act from overseas, they're like, oh, why don't we just use this opportunity to actually promote Australian artists? Like, it's the big, like, devolver. And there we go, ready, Sunday League football. And we'll end the poll here, as the poll will stay exactly down the middle, 50-50. Split right down the middle, and this is a game no one knows what's going to happen. It'll be very exciting to see how it does. So the North Queensland Cowboys now just about getting ready to enter the field. We'll go through the lineup really quickly for the North Queensland Cowboys, and then the Dolphins. Scotty Drinkwater starts off at fullback, Kyle Felt and Murray Talagi on the wings, with Valentine Holmes and Zach Labert in the centres. Tom Dearden and Chad Townsend make up the playmakers. McLean, Robson and Tamalolo as the prop hooker prop, with Lukey and Nanai in the second row. Ruben Connor is the lock. Interchange consists of Granville, Niam, McIntyre and Finafuaki on the bench. And Thomas McKaylee is the injury replacement for the Cowboys. For the Dolphins, Tabuai Fado is the fullback, with Asako and Bostock on the wings. Tessie Neo and Herbie Farnworth are the centres. Cody Nikorima and Sean O'Sullivan are the playmakers. Jesse Bromwich, Marshall King and Flegler is the prop hooker prop. Gafusi and Lemieux in the second row, with Ray Stone at lock. Interchange consists of Kerr, Plath, Kenny Bromwich and Mark Nichols. Jared Wallace is the injury reserve for the Dolphins. So, this is exciting. And here we go, the North Queensland Cowboys now running out onto Suncorp. Very much a lull season last year. Just about missed out on the finals after losing to Penrith in the final round. Very, actually, solid crowd. I'd probably say around the 35,000 mark. Now just waiting now for the Dolphins to take the field, and then we'll be ready for the final match of the 2024 NRL. Why the fuck have they got a trumpet? What is this? They've got some bloke with a trumpet trying to be like Tiny Trumpet or like the cricket bloke. So the Dolphins walk out with some Tiny Trumpet bloke that they got off Wish. Yeah, because when I... I don't know about that. I think it's a bit silly, to be honest with you. Like, is it like a Poseidon thing? Like the sea? I don't know. I just think it's like they saw what the Warriors did at the end of last year and just like, yeah, we'll do that. But anyways, it looks like the Dolphins are going to be kicking off today's game. They'll be running screen right with the Cowboys receiving first possession of the ball. 9 now, WATCHALONG will be the best bet for you to watch it because you're staring at this mug for the rest of the stream if you're going to stay here, if you want. But without further ado, just waiting for the kickoff and we'll be underway for the final match of the first round. Stay behind, kickoff, and we are underway here on Sunday night. Well, Sunday after, really. I think it's Chad Townsend taking the first ball, and it's given to John McLean, who gets brought down inside of the 10 for the first tackle. Cowboys now will spread it now to the left, and I believe that's Jeremiah Nanai, who will be brought down inside of the 20 for the second. So it's going to be probably several up-the-guts plays, really. It's not going to be something that's shocking. It's McLean again, getting brought down on the 20-metre line for the third tackle. And it's a run right from dummy half from Reese Robson, who gets all the way to the Cowboys 40 for the fourth tackle. And then it is their lock of Ruben Cotter, who'll get just shy of halfway for the final tackle of the set. Got about 50 metres. It's a pretty solid starting set there for the Cowboys. Now we'll see what the Dolphins will do in response. Ball picked up on the 10. It'll be a tackle on the 20-metre line for the first tackle. I believe that was by number. Tessie New now taking the hit up here. He gets brought down just in front of the Dolphins' 20-metre line. I should actually refresh this so the scoreboard does pop up to show that the game has officially kicked off. And Felice Kafusi, he's going to be a big man in this on the 40 now for the fourth tackle. And Jesse Bromwich will get just past halfway for the last tackle. So yep, it's a pretty both evenly set sets, and there's the kick from the Dolphins. It will go straight onto the 10-metre line, picked up there by Kyle Felt. It'll get brought down inside of the 30 for the first tackle. That's a run up the guts in. The play will get brought down on the 30 for the second tackle. It is the number 4 of Zach Labert. And now Murray Talagi with the ball, and he'll get just over the Cowboys 40 for the third tackle. And they will spread it just on the short left-hand side, and Kilfusi comes in with a big tackle. Right on halfway now for the fourth tackle for the Dolphins, and they'll spread it. Cotter doesn't get too far away, but he'll still be 45 metres away from the try line. And they'll spread it out to the right. And they've got plays here. They've got a massive gap that's opened up here for Zach Labert. Oh my God, what a... Zach Labert has just done probably one of the greatest dummy I've ever seen. Wow. I was not expecting that, but just a last tackle. The Cowboys just spread it out to the right-hand side. It was a 3-on-1 essentially. And Zach Labert just runs through a massive gap and feints the offload from in a sense to Blythe to the shops. And there we go. Zach Labert getting the first try of the match, and it's the North Queensland Cowboys who go 4-0 up. I think my reaction, I really undersold that offload because that was actually beautiful. So much so as well, Chad Townsend got tackled. But yeah, Zach Labert, what a start this is gonna be for the Cowboys. 3.5 now gone. 4 tries in his past 3 games. The Papua New Guinea international. That's just nuts. That's actually like, I don't think my reaction has given it solace. That was he basically just gets the ball, does that, and just doesn't let go of it. That was absolutely brilliant there from Labert. And here comes the kick right in front for Valentine Holmes, the former New York Jet. This will be right up the guts, and he will slot it. And there we go. 4 minutes gone. 6-0 to the North Queensland Cowboys is, the perfect start for the Cowboys. Yeah, the Cowboys from the last tackle were in the center of the field. They pass it to the right, and there's just a massive gap that opens up for Zach Labor and Tabuai just getting. He's probably already in like the up to bloody Ipswich at this point with that sell. But there we go. That's just how good of a play that was. And now we're going with the kickoff, and the Dolphins have restarted the match. Townsend with the second catch, and it's going to be a pass off to Jordan McLean. He gets brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle. Bit of one-upmans here. And it's going to be quick sets here at the moment, trying to potentially capture an offside or 10 metres. That's Ruben Cotter there, brought down on the 30. That's an incorrect play of the ball there. Yep. And just like that, this could be a big chance for the Dolphins to immediately answer back with a scrum feed 30 metres out. 4.5 now gone in this match. So Ruben Cotter tried to pick the ball up, and he's kind of just bobbled it when he put the ball down, and he couldn't get his foot down to roll it back in time. So it is a mistake, but huge chance now for the Dolphins. Set a 6:30 out, and you've got the players that definitely can score tries in these sort of situations. It's on the left-hand side, the scrum, so they'll probably spread it maybe out to the right. There we go. There's Herbie Farnworth, I believe, getting his first carry as a Dolphin. Brought down 20 metres out from the try line for the first tackle. And here's Felice Kafusi. He'll run up the guts and he'll get brought down 15 out for the second. They're more centrally in the field. They're going to spread it to the left here. And they're going to spread it very well. Tamar holds onto the ball, and he's brought down just 5 metres short of the line here. Third tackle for the Dolphins. Tries to burrow himself. I'm trying to think, that is Lemieux, and it'll be dragged over the goal mouth. So no, it's just before. So here we go, fourth tackle for the Dolphins. They'll spread it to Sean O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan flat ball to Flegler, and he'll get brought down again, suddenly right in the middle of the field, 5 metres out from the try line. And the Dolphins will go to the left, flat ball. And it's almost an interception there by Kyle Felt, but it's batted down, so it's going to be another set of 6 for the Dolphins. But, yeah, not really a great set there. Basically, it was Tessania trying to get the ball to Asako. And Kyle Felt just reached out and just stopped it. And almost probably could have ran away and made it a really bad start for the Dolphins. But here we go, 15 out, full set of 6 now for the Dolphins. Here's Flegler with the first hit up for the set, and he'll get held up on the 10-metre line. So in the middle of the field, and they'll go to the right, the Dolphins, and that is Jesse Bromwich. He'll get brought down 5 metres out now, second tackle, as Marshall King now goes into the dummy half. They're passing it out to the left again, and the gap is opened up. Tabuai should have passed it. Too selfish. It would have been a 2-0 there if he did pass it. Near will fling the ball all the way back to the 20 where Sullivan is. And that is the number 13 of Ray Stone. And it's a set restart. 6 again. So this is the first tackle on the 10 here. Now Kafusi trying to burrow himself over. But he'll be brought down. Second tackle 5 metres out now for the Dolphins. Flat ball. Flagler spin. And just the flat ball there from the veteran Jesse Bromwich, and Thomas Flegler goes over, and the Dolphins respond. 7.5 gone, 6-4 with a kick to come, and the kick will probably just go right through because it's right next to the post. And there we go. I did actually say that this is the type of match where a forward would just burrow himself over from a flat pass to score. I actually did say that during the preamble, and just like that, Tommy Flegler gets the first try for the Dolphins, and we could be in for a very exciting match here, ladies, gentlemen, others. This could be brilliant. Right next to the post this will be, so hopefully, if you are a Dolphins fan, this should just be an easy just chip over the top, and should be oh yeah, Flegler's also another player, I just realised. Obviously played for Brisbane last year, was in the grand final for them. Yeah, there is the Dolphins fans there in the crowd. They look happy. Can't relate. But anyway, Thomas Fleck there getting his first try as a Dolphin. And here is... I'm trying to remember who the kick is. It is Jermaine Asako who will take the kick here, who got the most points out of anyone in the NRL last year with 244. And there's his first 2 for the round and the season, as it's now 6-all with a kick to come as we're just 9 minutes in to the match between the Dolphins and the Cowboys. Wiki Wawa. It was actually really good. It was a really good flat pass there by Jesse Bromwich to set that up. It just shows how good the Bromwich brothers have been, especially Jesse. I've really liked how good he's played, and he's 35, and he's still probably one of the more consistent forwards in the comp. Here's the kickoff here by the Cowboys to restart the half, and it's going to be taken by Asaka, and it's going to be passed into... I'm trying to figure out who that actually is. I don't quite know who that player is. It is the number 8. It is Jesse Bromwich. And now Flagler takes a hit up, and he gets brought down on the 20 for the second tackle for the Dolphins. Now flat pass out to Kafusi, who will get to the 30 for the third tackle. They're going to get up to them near the middle. It's just been the forwards getting these runs here onto the 40. And here comes a quick play here to the number 12, Connolly Lemieux. Try to get an offload off, but he holds on to it. Last tackle on halfway for the Dolphins. Flicks it back, and it's a kick by Nicarima. It's going to aim to the left-hand side. And it is taken by Murray Talagi, who meets Ray Stone, but both stay on their feet very well inside of the 20 for the first tackle. There's the second tackle as the inside of the 30 as the KO stream decides to stop working here. Even though I'm on 5G, which is very interesting to see, because, you know, just got to try to get at least to the live, because it's probably like the 4th tackle now. Oh, it looks like it's set restart, actually, so 4 set of 6 now for the Cowboys. Is it? Yeah, there's Tamalalo with the ball. 45 out, yep, full set restart must have happened. And the Cowboys will have a sizable chance to take back the lead. Second tackle. They get brought up onto the 40. Now they're passing it out to the right again. Kyle Feltner with the ball. He's beaten one, but he'll get wrapped up about 30 metres out from the try line for the third tackle, as we've now gone 11 minutes got past in this matchup. Cowboys faint. Oh, it's a bit of a terrible pass out to the left, but it's still fair. And the Cowboys didn't really go anywhere there. They're still on the 30, but they're more centrally in the field now for the 4th tackle. The Cowboys will spread it out to the left. And they've got numbers if they can do it. Valentine Holmes gets an offload off to Talag, and he gets brought down 10 metres out. I think you could make a case there maybe being an obstruction. But anyways, last tackle here for the Cowboys. Oh, Deedon, just like that. Oh, did he get that down? Hang on. Playing it on the line, and play's continuing. We don't know what's happened here. It was a one-on-one between Deedon and Tabuai Fido, and now the referee's awarded the try after the tackle has happened. But yeah, surely they're definitely going to have a look at this. Yeah, but hang on. I don't get how the referee can just straight up call that a try, because he let play happen. No. No, that's short. That's short of the line. I don't think he's grounded that at all, and he's lost it. I don't know how the hell the referee can allow that to be called a try. How the hell can the referee have just said he saw all that happen? Oh, this could be a potential thing of the cameras can't prove that he didn't hit the... Oh, here we go. Yeah, Tabuai hold it. It looks like the ball is short here. So here's the run here by Tom Dearden. Nah, but it looks short, I think. But the problem is, though, is the referee has awarded the try. I just don't get how the referee who didn't call the try straight away then just calls it. It's like, no, you'd go to the bunker because you didn't know. They are reviewing this a few times here. He puts the ball down onto Tabuaifido's leg, and then the ball falls... Oh, so it's a try. Really? It must have gotten like a tiny... I think he missed the line. Nothing popped up saying they confirmed the try, but anyways, it's 12-6 to the Cowboys. I don't think that hit the line. It maybe hit like probably like grazed like the top part of it. But yeah, alright, fair enough. Tommy Dearden getting over. It's now 12 points to 6 as the conversion is successful, but I don't think the referee should have been that confident to just award it straight away as a try, and I think they should have definitely looked at it. But anyways, there's the kickoff there to restart play by the Dolphins, and that is Jordan McLean who takes the first hit up for the Cowboys on the 10-metre line. So that's the number 12, it's Jeremiah Nanai, who gets brought down inside of the 20 for the second tackle in the centre of the field. They'll spread it to the left now, the Cowboys, as Tamalalo gets on a run, and it gets brought down inside of the 30 for the third tackle. And the Cowboys are playing quick sets here at the moment. Helam Lukey being brought down just shy of the 40 for the fourth tackle. Ruben Cotter now trying to attempt a one-on-one strip here. I believe that is Jeremy Marshall-King, but Cotter hangs onto it inside of the halfway. So last tackle now for the Cowboys, and they're going to go for a run here. And they've got numbers down the right. Oh, that's a forward pass. That's a forward. You couldn't get more forward if you tried. It was a good bit of play there as the run by, I believe it was Tom Dearden. But it was about 5 metres forward. But I now know for a fact there's going to be Warriors fans saying, like, oh, you called this a forward pass, but you didn't call the other one for it. Oh, there's actually 2 forward passes. It was, yeah, so there was 2 forward passes in that that bit of play there. And Warriors fans will make it about themselves there. But anyways, the Dolphins now get the ball second tackle as they just shy of halfway. And here comes Jesse Bromwich. He goes up the guts. Flegler now with the ball. And Flegler will get held up right on halfway for the third tackle. Ray Stone now about 35 out from the try line for the fourth tackle. And the Dolphins will try to spread it out to the right. And they've got numbers down the guts. Farnworth with an absolute crunching tackle put on him by Murray Talagi. That's what you want to see. And here's the last tackle kick from Sean O'Sullivan. Bostock tried to get there, but it was picked up by Kyle Felt. And it's a penalty to North Queensland for offside. There we go. But yeah, that's a good legal tackle there by Murray Talagi, right on Herbie Farnworth. And he needed to make that tackle because it would have been just straight up the guts for Farnworth, straight to the try area. What's up?
Yeah, a little power board in there that you're not using, or a double adapter.
There you go. That was a demon in there, but now we're looking set fourth tackle now for the Cowboys. Cowboys now getting up to the 40 away from the try line now. High kick by Townsend. Aims to the left of the field. And that's taken by Asako, and he gets brought down on the 10-metre line for the first tackle. As we're now 16 and a half gone in this matchup. There's Tabuaifido there. Brought down inside of the 20 for the second. Farnworth now gets to the 30 for the third tackle. This is, just getting, the old 10 metres and the post contact's up. Fourth tackle now. That was Tessie Niu there for the fourth. Oh, flat ball, and there we go. Massive breakthrough here. The hammer's there. Is Grubber, what were you doing? Why the hell did Hamisa Tabuaifido go the left? You had support on your right, and if you just passed it to him, you would have scored. And just like that, the Cowboys have the ball. That is probably one of the worst mistakes I've seen. Like, just look to your right. Okay, so inside of the 20, actually, the Cowboys are for the third tackle, but just could very easily have been 12 all if Hamiso looked to his right. Looks like Hammer was trying to go himself and go for glory, but just Cowboys only making it to the 30 for the last tackle. And here's the kick by Townsend. And he gets taken on the 20 by the Dolphins, as that is the number 5 of Jack Bostock, who gets brought down on the 30 for the first tackle. So Sam McIntyre now coming on for the North Queensland Cowboys, with about 18 minutes gone in this opening match. This is the only match on Sunday. Third tackle now, Jermaine Osako right on halfway. To Blyfordone now with the ball. It's showing that the Dolphins have been able to create chances and some line breaks, but it's just think it was a bit of a silly mistake. A flat ball there to Connor Lemieux. 30 out for the last tackle. Spreads it out to the left. Sean O'Sullivan with a kick up in the air. Bostock's going to try to challenge Felt, but doesn't get there in time, and Felt will get brought down inside of the 10 for the first tackle. Labert, the opening try scorer, gets brought down inside of the 20 as Mark Nichols now comes on for Jesse Bromwich, and McIntyre has come on for Jordan McLean. No, look a little bit worse for wear there as the Cowboys going really up the guts here as Chad Townsend gets wrapped up on the 30-metre line for the fourth tackle. And the Cowboys going to try to spread it up the middle here. There's 16 there. Sam McIntyre getting his first carry on the 40 for the last tackle. And here's the kick by Chad Townsend. Taken on the 20 there by Fado. Fado just inside of the 40 actually, so it's a pretty good starting placement for a set here. So if the Dolphins can keep going, could be a shout. Spread it out. It's Jermaine Osako who crosses halfway, 45 away now from the try line for the third tackle. Trying to go for a penalty here for a set restart at least. So here's O'Sullivan now with the ball. Gets it off to Ray Stone. And Ray Stone gets brought down 35 out from the try line for the fourth tackle. The Dolphins now spreading it out to the left. O'Sullivan. Passing goes... And still playing. Bostock gives it off to Blyfordone. No one really knows what to do with the ball here, as that is Farnworth, who's just going to get wrapped up all the way back 35 away from the try line now for the last tackle. And Sean O'Sullivan now with the kick onto the left-hand side. It's going to go straight to Felt again. He picks it up on the 10, and you'll get instantly met by Bostock and Niu on the 15 for the first tackle. Labert now gets brought down more centrally, but on the 20 for the second. Holmes now with the ball, and he'll get wrapped up on the 30 for the third. Here comes a quick set now by the Cowboys, and the Dolphins probably should have been a set restart there for an offside, but fourth tackle on the 40. Yep, there we go. There's the set restart for the Cowboys. So first tackle, 45 out from the try line. A big chance for the Cowboys to extend their lead. Cotter with the ball. And gets brought down 35 away from the try line for the second tackle. And they'll pass it off to the left, the Cowboys. They're bringing in more centrally as Talagi comes in more. But 35 out now for the third tackle. The Cowboys trying to burrow themselves over, but their line's too far back as they give the ball now to, that is Griffin Niam. Now to the left, still on the fourth, Dearden. Drinkwater gets instantly wrapped up by Farnworth about onto the 25 out now. Last tackle for the Cowboys. Kick up in the air by Tommy Dearden. It's going to be a one-on-one. That's a good take there by Bostock. And he does get brought down by Nanai inside of the 10. But yeah, I think that was a really crucial tackle made by Farnworth for the fourth. And now the Cowboys are just going to keep the Dolphins back. And the ball's popped out. And that should be a try to the for the Cowboys. 16. McIntyre, what's happened? It was a knock on. Oh, so it's a knock on, not a strip. Okay. But surely there's got to be advantage there. But anyways, it's going to be a 10-meter scrum, 10 metres out now for the Cowboys, as we've now got 17 and a half remaining in the half. The ball pops there. That should just be play on. That it was tackle completed. Okay. But anyways, it's 10 metres out. Full set of 6 for the Cowboys. Huge chance for them to take an extended lead. Very interesting here. 9 tackles in the opposition, 20 for the Dolphins, and only 1 by the Cowboys. The Cowboys will spread it out to the right from the scrum, and Labour will get wrapped up inside of the 10 for the first tackle. Cowboys will go more centrally now. Townsend to McIntyre. McIntyre goes up the guts, 5 metres out from the try line. Second tackle. Now to the left, did, and flat ball. As that was Helam Lukey now about a few metres short of the line. It's another set restart now. And the Cowboys very much in an ample situation as Murray Talagi gets brought down about 2 metres short of the line for the second tackle. The Cowboys now, not the greatest of balls, but it does make it out to the 15 as the number 15 of Griffin Niam gets instantly met up. Now the Cowboys spreading it out to the left. As that is Lukey again. Gets brought down 5 metres short of the line now. Fourth tackle for the Cowboys. Townsend, flat ball to Cotter, but Cotter instantly again met up. It was this time by Connor Lemieux. Last tackle now for the Cowboys. Flat ball! Reaches over, and it's Jeremiah Nanai who goes over. So at least we have one of the 3 players that I've put as my anytime try scorers in to go over. And there we go, 16-6 with a kick to come now for the Cowboys. And it should be 18-6 because the kick's relatively right in front. So there we go. So all we need now is just Talagi and Tobai Fido to score. And then we're kind of in. Well, I didn't put a bet on, but I just had 3 players to put in. Yep, Nanai holding the ball up to go over. And it is now 16 points to 6. With just about 15 remaining in the match, which is first half. There we go, Jeremiah Nanai with his 7th try at Suncorp from only 4 games. Just again, it's another flat ball to a forward, and you can't really stop players in those sorts of situations because it's just, like. So time's now it's just starting to wind down. This kick relatively from in front here for Valentine Holmes should make it 3 from 3 for the day and make it 18-6. And there we go. 14 minutes 20 remaining in the first half, and it is Cowboys 18, Dolphins 6. And this is the start of the season that the Cowboys want. So here we go. There's Todd Payton there in the comments coach's box. And here's the kickoff now. 14 minutes 20 remaining as the Cowboys receive the ball again. Be caught on the 10. And it's given off to the number 16 of Sam McIntyre, who's wrapped up inside of the 20 for the first tackle. And now inside of the 30 for the second. As Ruben Niam now gets brought down just shy of the 40 for the third tackle. So the movements are going pretty well for the Cowboys. They're on halfway for the 4th tackle. So you think if there could be another 1 or 2 tries here, this could turn into a bit of a bloodbath. As that is the number 11 of Helam Lukey. Jesse Bromwich has now come on the field to replace Thomas Flegler. Last tackle kick, 45 out as Townsend's put it up. And it's going to be taken by Asako, and it'll get wrapped up inside of the 20 for the Dolphins. Now, inside of the 20, the Dolphins are for the second tackle, and it's just, yeah, the Dolphins definitely need to get like at least another try by the by halves end, because if the Cowboys get it, then they're in all sorts. The Dolphins now fourth tackle, just shy of the 40, and the pass goes to Mark Nichols. He gets brought down just shy of halfway now for the last tackle. And there's the last tackle kick by O'Sullivan. And it's going to be taken by Drinkwater inside of the 10. And he'll get wrapped up inside of the 20 for the first tackle for the Cowboys, as we're now 12.5 remaining in the first half. Just in terms of run meters here, 374 for the Dolphins, 527 for the Cowboys. It makes sense. Definitely makes sense. They've had more of the ball. There's a run by Niam, now getting just shy of the 40 for the fourth tackle. But it's a bit of a good set there by the Cowboys. Getting up to halfway, and they're going to spread it out to the right again. Long ball out to Kyle Felt. Kyle Felt tries to kick it centrally. The bounce back goes straight to Tabuaifido inside the 10 and will get wrapped up. But again, it's that right-hand side for the Cowboys. It's how they got their first try for Zach Labert. And they've almost broken through again. And now the Cowboys can just keep the Dolphins at bay. Moreton Bay, that is. I'm so clever. As the third tackle now for the Dolphins, and they're inside of the 20. Now that's Kenny Bromwich trying to bar himself over. But it'll get brought down just shy of the 30. And only this last tackle now for the Dolphins. Only made it just to the 40. Try to go for a 40-20 potentially. And they're going to go for it. The bounce won't make it as fun. It's picked up on the 30 by Murray Talagi. And Talagi will get wrapped up on the Cowboys 40 for the first tackle. So more chance for the Cowboys to put on more pressure and momentum, as that's Valentine Holmes now with the ball. He gets an offload. It is picked up more centrally as the right-hand side. Again, oh, what a run! And it's Labert again. He's got support, and it's up the guts for Kyle Felt. Zach Labert pick up an absolute peach of the ball and moving the chains. And the Cowboys now are in the driver's seat, 22 points to 6, with a kick to come, and it's going to be kicked right through the midfield. This is a great showcase of the Cowboys. This is what they need. So it's just, we've got the offload there by Valentine Holmes, and it's picked up by Drinkwater, who just absolutely pings it to the right-hand side to pick up by Labert. And he just burrows over Sean Sullivan and just sees the support of Kyle Felt and just spreads it centrally. And it is going to potentially look like a bit of a bloodbath here, and we could potentially be saying no team has conceded 50 and going to win the grand final from this match, because, yeah, it's not looking good. For the Dolphins, it's not looking good at all. Oh boy. There we go. Kyle Felt has now gotten 129 tries. He needs one more to tie Matthew Bowen for the most tries in Cowboys history. And he needs 2 to break it. And, yeah, it's probably likely Kyle Felt's going to do that. I think, honestly, by the way things are going, Kyle Felt could probably do that this match. Unless we see the Dolphins do like an absolute miraculous comeback, which would be really great to see. But now just under 9 minutes remaining in this matchup, as Valentine Holmes is set to take the kick to make it 4 points to 6. Yeah, this is not looking good for the Dolphins at all. But at least sort of parity's restored, and here comes the kick. It's successful. At least we're starting to see like some predictions actually like come to fruition, because if the Cowboys do win this, I go 3 of 8 for the round. Because it hasn't been that great recently. But yeah, Zach Labert's having a fantastic match. He's got like a bit of a sleeper build in strength. You don't think he'd be like a big strong boy, but he is a big strong boy. And there's the kickoff there by the Cowboy, but onto to the Cowboys, and it's the first tackle inside of the 10 as we're now just under 9 minutes remaining in this first half, and the Cowboys can get another try here. It's yeah, and honestly, by the way things are going, there might be a couple more. That is the number 11. Is this Labert's first game? I don't remember him all that much. Oh, it's who's that? It's number 11 here. Helam Lukey looks like he's copped a bit of a shot. I don't know, actually. I know this. It is the. I might have to actually have a check at this. I don't think it's his first game. He might have played a little bit like sporadically. Because I know he play. Because I know him because he plays for New Guinea internationally. It's his 5th game, so he came in at some point last season. He made his debut round 13, so he's sort of just about broken into the team. So he has played a few games before this, but it's pretty. Would this be technically classed as his rookie year? I think technically, I don't know how the rookie system works, but yeah, it is. It's his 6th match. But here we go. Helam Lukey's been sent for a HIA, and I think it's a knock on actually from this. So it's a scrum feed for the Dolphins. And this could be a potential big loss here for the Dolphins if Helam Lukey does get ruled out for the rest of the match. I mean, you probably could bring on someone like Sam McIntyre, who could probably still fit in pretty well. We've got Niam as well. But here we go, 30 metres out of scrum feed for the Dolphins, and they desperately need a try. They need to cut down this lead by the time it gets to half-time. And here's Herbie Farnworth, and he'll go right up the guts and gets brought down 20 metres out from the try line for the first tackle. And it's going to be a set restart as well. It's number 17 here for the Dolphins, Mark Nichols. 10 metres out for the first tackle. Dolphins are now spread out to the left. Flat ball here to Lemieux. And Lemieux gets brought down 5 metres short of the line. And Lemieux, oh no, Lemieux's grabbing his knee. Is he alright? No, he's alright. So from the second tackle, flat ball! And that's going to be a try to the Dolphins. And it's the number 14 of Josh Kerr. And the Dolphins definitely needed that try, as that is an industry plant right there. There we go. Josh Kerr getting the try, a much needed try for the Dolphins. It's now 10-24 with a kick to come. And, you know, just like that with that momentum, we could see the Dolphins get a couple of points. And just burrows over Scotty Drinkwater. Scott Drinkwater tried, to be fair. And there we go. There's the try put down. As tries confirmed, you've got 7 minutes now remaining in this first half. If the Dolphins can get another try here, we could potentially see like an 18-24 half, which that'd be nice to see, you know. So there we go. That is Josh Kerr's first NRL try for... It's his 6th NRL try, but his first try for the Dolphins. And it couldn't have come at a much better time. 6:45 remaining. Here comes Jermaine Asako. This to get his 2nd conversion of the match. Oh, that's a good conversion. He strides it, but curls it back, and it's now 12 points to 24. 6.5 to go. Dolphins still clinging in here. If they can get another try before the half, it could be very much a could go right down to the line. A high scoring right to the line. And to be fair though, it's not like defense has been horrible from either team. It's just the attack's actually been pretty solid. I mean, it's been pretty good for the Cowboys, but the Dolphins have been able to get some breakthroughs. And there's the kickoff here by Valentine Home to 6.5 to go. As I believe that it's not Valentine Home. It's not Andrew Voss. It's the other one. commentating about someone holding their child sacrificially in the crowd and described him as fresh out of the wrapper. Here comes second tackle now, as this is Kenny Bromwich inside of the 30 for the second tackle. As Kafusi now gets brought down inside of the 40 for the third tackle. Now Currig now running up the guts, and it's trying to be a one-on-one strip here from Valentine Holmes. Now fourth tackle. They're passing it out to the right here, the Dolphins, as Henry Farmworth gets wrapped up immediately by Reece Robson. Last tackle just about on halfway. Oh! And it's a knock-on by Nikorima right on halfway, so 5.5 to go. It's a be a changeover here for the Cowboys. And if the Cowboys could go into the sheds with a try, they would have momentum very much in their favour. It's the number 17 here for the Cowboys. It is Finafuaki. 40 out now for the first, as we're just about to enter the last 5 minutes of the first half. And the Cowboys are going to try to spread it out to the right again as Drinkwater gets brought down 35 out now, very much on the right-hand side. And the Cowboys will try to go centrally up the guts as that's Niam. Gets 25 out now for the third. And the Cowboys will go to the left again. Dearden to Valentine Holmes. He gets the pass out to Murray Talagi. And is the pass good? Yep, the pass is good. And it's the try now for... I was about to do Finn's up there, but no. It is now 28-12 to the Cowboys. And the Cowboys very much now in the driver's seat once again. I mean, that try from Josh Kerr did scare a few things, but now... Cowboys, 5 tries from in this first half. This is... Oh, that's a really bad pass. That's forward. That is considerably forward. And they can't review forward passes, can't they? Yeah, that's a bad call there. That shouldn't be a try. It's weird how we can have the a review. You can review the sort of like the goal line dropouts or like the field goal attempts, but you can't have technology that it reviews when a pass is forward. But yeah, looking back at that is a definite forward pass. That should not count. But referees, they can't review forward passes. But there we go, Murray Talagi getting a try. 3 minutes 20 now remaining. It's a kick from the sideline now for Valentine Holmes. Will be the hardest kick of the match by a considerate margin. Here's the kick. And it's successful. 30 points to 12 with just 3 minutes remaining in the game. At least Valentine Holmes did pick up something from his NFL career. It's like, oh, he did learn a few things from... I'm trying to figure out who the bloody New York Jets quarterback was at the time. Probably, I actually don't know who the hell it would have been. It would have been ages ago. So here comes the kick by the Dolphins towards the Cowboys. We've got just over 3 minutes remaining in this first half. And that is Neem on the 10-meter line for the first tackle. The Dolphins, I think, if the Dolphins can get another try in these dying bits of the match, I think it could work for them and have like a little bit of momentum somewhat. But if the Cowboys score again, then you can completely forget about it. So that's McIntyre now on the 30 for the fourth tackle. Drinkwater brought down on the 40 now for the last tackle. It's given to Townsend, and Townsend with the kick. Tries to go for the corner, but it's taken by Tabuafido inside of the 10. It'll make it all the way to the 30 for the first tackle. So this will probably be potentially the last full set for the Dolphins in this first half. As that is Asako now getting inside of the 40 for the second tackle. Third tackle now. Spreading it out as Flagler now back on the field. As that's the number 14 of Josh Kerr. He's given the ball off. Again, and our fourth tackle now. 40 out for the Dolphins as they'll spread it now. Nichols now gets brought down 30 away from the try line. Last tackle. O'Sullivan. Flat ball. And they're passing it around. Marshall King. And they call that pass forward. A late call there was apart from Plath, actually. So they called that a forward pass, but not the one that was Murray Talagi's try. Was it forward? Yeah, it is a forward pass, fair enough. But like, I do believe the Valentine's pass to Talagi was a lot more forward than that, but that wasn't called. But anyways, I mean, that was questioning if the Dolphins were going to do anything, which you never know. I don't know why I'm so angry. I literally tipped the Cowboys. As Talagi now with the ball gets he gets an offload off. It's still the first tackle as Robson gets the ball right just shy of halfway as we're now in the final minute of the half. Second tackle for the Cowboys. If they can get another try here, they'll be very much even more on the driver's seat, and they can start putting nails in some coffins for some Dolphins. Third tackle now, 40 metres out now. Townsend gives the ball to Drinkwater, now to Dearden. Dearden breaks one tackle, but he'll get brought down just in front of the 40 inside of the Dolphins half now. Fourth tackle, 30 seconds remaining. Drinkwater. Dolphins are past. Cowboys. Oh, Nanai with the ball. Nanai almost breaking through there. Last tackle, 30 out for the Cowboys. And they'll spread it. And Townsend will go for a field goal. And he has kicked the field goal, so it will go to the Sheds. 31 points to 12 in favour of the North Queensland Cowboys. And that's half-time. Very dominant display here by North Queensland. One of the tries maybe sort of big conspicuous because of a forward pass, but I mean, like, it would still be, 25 to 12. Like, the Cowboys have been utterly dominant this match. The Dolphins sort of being phased out a little bit here. They have shown bits of momentum, but they just haven't been able to do it just as well as the Cowboys and as more consistent. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually put in a poll here for the second half. Oh, well, just for half time at least for this poll. And I think it's going to be a pretty good question of, will the Cowboys score 50 plus points on the Dolphins? That's going to be the question for this halftime poll. It's either a yes or no on what will happen. It's currently at the way it's looking. It is 31 points. The Cowboys would need to score 4 tries. They've already scored 5 to continue this sort of momentum for them. So yeah, we're just going to take a little bit of the break. I'm actually going to go and get a drink of water, and then we'll be back to just sort of talk about what's happened so far this first half. Just trying to... It is in a bit of an absolute pain of a spot, this chair. Just press cancel there. Alright, I'll be back in a sec. Sorry everybody, but I'm back. And yes, for a bit of a magic broken, I just use a regular chair. So just use a lawn chair. So we have had a vote in terms of will the Cowboys put 50 on the Dolphins, and one vote has said no, they won't, which I'd be really excited to see, especially if the Dolphins can, if like Bennett just puts the boot up the arse of the Dolphins and gets them out in the half. But it's been pretty... what can you say about the Cowboys? It's been a really good half. Just a little bit peeved off about that forward pass. Because, like, how do you not call it? But, I mean, it's definitely not like the Cowboys don't deserve the lead. They 100% do. But it's... So it should be 25... It should be... It should be 25-30. No, it should be like, what, 4 in the 6? So take 6 off it, so it should be 23-12, not... But it doesn't really matter. Because the Cowboys have just been utterly dominant. Zach Labert, really impressive, I think, this game so far. Should be I think he should be probably in contention with man of the match. He's just been causing a lot of mischief for the Dolphins on that right-hand side. So for the try scorers, just to go through, for the Redcliffe Dolphins, you've had Thomas Flegler and Josh Kerr go over. For the Cowboys, Kyle Felt, Zach Labert, Murray Talagi, Tom Dearden, and Jeremiah Nanai. So currently at the moment, in the half about anytime try scorers, I've nominated the 3 being Nanai, Talagi, and Tabai Fado. Currently, Talagi and Nanai have gone over. We just need Tabai Fado to score, and if the Cowboys were to win, if I did put a multi on, I would have won. But it's, that's the nature of the beast. You put a multi on, don't win. But if you say about the multi, it win. But yeah, no, it's been a good half so far very good half so far from the Cowboys. And if it keeps going, the Cowboys will finish round 1 at top of the NRL table. And yeah, like there's no real argument to really say that they don't deserve the lead, at least. Been really good so far. It was when Josh Kerr scored in the 33rd minute. I thought there was a chance that there could have been a bit of change in momentum, but yeah, Talagi's try then just went over. But yeah, it's just Dolphins just not really going that well. So currently we've got 2 votes in now. Someone has voted yes, the Cowboys will put 50 on the Dolphins. So it's a bit split at the moment. In my honest opinion, by the way things are going, I think yes, it will be the case that the Dolphins will be first ruled out of the premiership race. But you never know. But you never know. You never know whatsoever. With just how things could be going. Yep, Wayne Bennett's now in the sheds, and he's probably blasting the ever-loving shit out of them, which they probably deserve to, because they're being quite... Here's the thing, I don't even think the Dolphins have been, like, that bad. Like, they've been... Okay, yeah, they've obviously been completely whitewashed by the Cowboys, but it's not like I'm saying that, like, the Dolphins have been, like, completely hopeless. They've had, like, chances. But it's just the Cowboys have just been the better team. That's actually really funny. Sorry, Fletch and I only just did the Matty John's Sunday show promo, and it just had and they just said about like a member of the another member of the Johns family will be there, and Fletcher said David, which is David Johns, who's the lead singer of Silverchair, who's also from Silverchair from Newcastle. It's it's that mentality, somewhat. But yeah, it's been I'm very happy with rugby league being back. I'm glad that that I'm doing this again. Obviously, I didn't do that many. I think I did only 3 or 4 streams for the entirety of last year. When I obviously compared to when I did a considerable amount for 2022 and 2021. But yeah, we're here, and I am planning on wanting to do more sort of live stuff and more better big forms of content starting from next week on. I do want to do a weekly episodic thing, talking about my team, the Knights, maybe as a review, not a podcast, because we need more of them. We don't need more of them. I think it's everyone's doing a fine job. I think the rugby league community has been going really well, especially in the last couple of years. But 2024, I feel like could be a very big year for it. It's just that now there's a lot more people doing this, more variety and sort of things. I should have stayed with the Cowboys in my tipping. Yeah, I'm very lucky that I actually did tip the Cowboys in this, because if the Cowboys do go on to win this, I've only gotten 3, which I think is probably one of the higher ones in terms of competitors, because I tipped the Roosters, I tipped Parramatta, and I tipped the Cowboys. And so far, the Cowboys will get me at least 3 points. But yeah, it's this round for tipping has just been really bad. Hopefully, within the next couple of weeks, it sort of returns to a form of clarity. As I just got water in my windpipe. Damn it. Just see what that comment. Oh, Wobbling Jaw Man. Good to see you. Let me just try to see that comment, because I really need to fix the colours out. First team to score 40 points in first grade this year. Bruh, Cowboys NRL Premiers 2024. I hope so for your sake, man. I actually quite like the Cowboys, and it's yeah, they're playing really well. I reckon they'll go well in this year. I mean, they did all right last year as well. They beat Penrith and that. It's just because of how close it was, it just got phased out. But yeah, I definitely hope the Cowboys do well this year, and make my predictions video even more aged horribly than it already has. It'd be great to see. But yeah, good to see you, man. As we're just about getting ready now for the second half, Cowboys 19 points away from eliminating the North Queensland the Redcliffe Dolphins from from Premiership glory contention. All I really need is just to hammer to score, and the 3 players I tipped for any time try scorers would go through. I know there's a thing with I think it's on Sportsbet, there's this feed thing where you can follow people and say, oh, this is what bets they've put on. Might have to start doing that as a sort of thing of oh, the Z-Tank tips or whatnot, and that page is oh, if you want to copy my bet, you go here and whatnot. Anyways, the North Queensland Cowboys 31 points, utterly dominating at the moment. And they'll hopefully want to continue and cement themselves at the top of the ladder heading out of round 1, as the Dolphins probably got the absolute bollocking of their lives from that, as the Dolphins... Dolphins would need to turn this around pronto. Pretty much the Dolphins need to be the first team to score. If they want any hope of trying to come back and win this game, they have to be the first team to score in this half. If not, then the Cowboys score would be like, 37-12. And then the Dolphins will need to score more than five tries to take the lead. It's just, by the way it's looking, it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. But here we go now. The Dolphins now walking out onto the field. Haven't heard really any news about Helam Lukey, who was sent from the field from a HIA. I just want to check to see if he has been ruled out. I don't think I heard anything saying that he has been. Yeah, the Dolphins fans players don't look happy because we just got a massive hard shot of their thing. I know there we go. The Dolphins have just randomly spawned. Someone's pressed the X button to skip. So here we go. So the Cowboys kicking off. They'll be running screen right with the Dolphins getting first possession in this second half. Kicked off and we are underway for the second half of this Sunday matchup. Mark Nichols will take the first sit up and gets brought down inside of the 20 for the first tackle. And that's not what you want. Shit. Felice Kafusi's lost the ball, 15 out from the try line, and now it's a 7-tackle set for the Cowboys, who could really just start putting on the pain. Niam with the ball, and he gets brought down 10 metres out for the first tackle. And here comes the passing out to the right. And Kyle Felt will get brought down just shy of the 20 for the second tackle. Drinkwater. Now to 16 of McIntyre, gets brought down 15 out. Should actually end the poll, actually. We'll do it after this set. Oh, bit of running back here from Drinkwater. He's run all the way back to the 30. And he doesn't know what to do with the ball. It's been a very chaotic, but they'll go all the way back to the 25. They've gone back genuinely about 10-15 metres in this set. As that's Townsend now with the ball. And McIntyre gets brought down to the 20 for the last tackle. So they've lost metres here. Oh, they've gained 1 metre, actually. Here's the last tackle kick. Townsend goes to the right. And Nanai gets wrapped up 5 metres short of the line. It'll be a changeover. I think that's a very big waste of a set there for the Cowboys. And we'll just end the poll now with the 3 votes. And the overall consensus is yes, the Cowboys will put 50 plus on the Redcliffe Dolphins for this match. And that is Osaka gets brought down for the second tackle on the Dolphins 30. As that's Herbie Farnworth, who will get past the 40, will get just about 5 metres short of halfway. Plath now coming in, getting past halfway now for the Dolphins. 4th tackle, 45 out. Spreads it out to the right, Nikorima. Gets it off to Kafusi, and Kafusi just gets immediately held up here. So last tackle kick coming for the Dolphins. They'll spread it out to the number 7 of Sean O'Sullivan. As for those who want to know... Oh, it's a knock on there by the Cowboys. 20 metres out, and this is going to be a good chance here for the Dolphins to get a much-needed first try in this second half. 20 out, full set of 6, 2.5 now gone in this second half. It's a must-needed possessional position here for the Dolphins. Bars are just spit. Bars. Just stop by to support rather love from Texas. And horns up if you are from the University of Texas. Always definitely want to go to Texas at some point. I'm just going to change over just so I can see your name, just because the blue on black's not the best way. Sergio Hernandez. Big ups to Texas. I think Texas would be a good place to get the NRL. We did it in Vegas. I reckon Texas could try to get around it if you do the promotion right for it. So there's the number 17, Mark Nichols. 5 metres out now from the try line. Second tackle. The Dolphins could try to spread it through to the right, and they will, but it'll be a set restart anyway. So this is much needed for the Dolphins. 2 metres out from the try line as Plath gets brought down. Oh, double half from Marshall King. It's another set restart now for the Dolphins. So Cowboys need to be careful because you can't give too many away of those. Flat ball out, and that's, I believe, Sean O'Sullivan now with the ball. And gets hit up, yeah, so there could be a potential if you just keep going with these restarts. It could be plays in the bin here, and it's another set restarts, the third in like 20 seconds. The Cowboys need to be careful. And the Dolphins now spread it out to the left, trying to find a gap. As Bromwich now gives it off to Niu. And now that's the number 14 of Josh Kerr, who's already gone over. Second tackle now for the Dolphins. Now the Dolphins will go to the right. Kafusi can't get himself over. He's about a couple of meters short of the line. Now third tackle. Flat ball to Nichols. And Nichols will be about a meter or so short of the line. Fourth tackle. The Dolphins spreads it out to the right. Tries to get a pass out to Sean O'Sullivan, but he's lost it. But he's trying to say, is it not a knock on? Because it's... But here we go. It's yeah, Sean looks like says he's lost it. But if it hasn't hit his body... Has it hit his hand? I think it definitely has, so it's going to be a knock-on here by the Dolphins. Yep. Yeah, it's a knock-on there. Big, wasteful chance there. Dolphins had about 3 set restarts there in quick proximity with each other. But just Dolphins couldn't get anything done to make them pay, so the Cowboys have escaped there. So yeah, very unfortunate situation. As we're now 5 minutes now gone in this first half, and you just had like a considerate amount of possession there for the Dolphins. But the Cowboys will get the ball on their 10-meter line. Cowboys have dodged the bullet. Now to the second tackle. As that is Griffin Niam, who gets past the 30 for the third tackle. Oh, right of the guts. And that's a big carry there by Reece Robson. Now just getting just shy of halfway for the fourth tackle. So it's been pretty good. I just realised, I know like horns up, it is a Texas thing. But I didn't know if that, because I know the University of Texas does it, but I don't know if it's just like, if it's just the University who does it, or is it a whole Texas thing? Oh, big take there by Asako there from the last tackle kick on the 20. Now to the number 5 of Jack Bostick. Third tackle for the Dolphins. Hart Farnworth gets brought down now on the Dolphins 40 for the fourth tackle. And that's a... Dolphins now spreading it out to the left. It's a high kick. There's some pressure potentially on Kyle Felt. I think it's another knock on by Kyle Felt. And it's a set restart here. Why would you grab a kick it, you stupid idiot? Drinkwater has saved the try. Tessinu did get the ball from the knock on there, but just they've run advantage, and Niu's just gone for the grubber on the 0 tackle. I just don't get why people have to do it. I get that like they're near the try line, but they just don't need to do these sort of silly plays. It's kind of like what the Knights were doing in some of the plays against the Raiders on Thursday. Now spreading it out to the right and the left now, the Cowboys, and they're just going to pass it right the line to Talagi. He's kicked it centrally, but a bit too much. Oh no! Tobai Fado with an unfortunate brain snap has tried to grubber it, but it's gone straight into 3 Cowboys players who were running up, and it's picked up by Helam Lukey, and it's now 35-12 with the kick to come. And, yeah, I did say the Dolphins needed to be the first team to score a try in this second half, and that's just unfortunate. I just don't understand why Hammer didn't just try to just jump on it. There's been a few key mistakes here by Tobias Fido. He hasn't done that well this match, but that is just the worst place you could possibly kick it. Like, you might as well have just kicked it into your own end goal. Everything going right for the Cowboys this match, and the conversion will be pretty much from right in front, so it'll be 37-12, meaning only 2 tries will make it 40, 2 converted tries makes it 49, so they'll be very close into putting 50 on the Redcliffe Dolphins. Poor Hammer. Hammer's just, yeah, it's not been the best game for Hammer, unfortunately. And that's the thing, they've gone end to end with it. So all the Cowboys' tries have all been from individuals. So you've got Kyle Felt, Zach Labert, Murray Talagi, Tommy Dearden, and you've got Helam Lukey and Jeremiah Nanai. All 6 scoring. And here comes the conversion attempt from Valentine Holmes to make it 6 from him on the day. And this will make it a successful kick. And it is now 37 points to 12 with just 9 minutes gone in this second half, and it's not looking good. Not looking good at all now for the Cowboys. So by the way it's looking at the moment, and by the way the continuing momentum goes, the North Queensland Cowboys will finish round 1 at the top of the NRL table by the way, I think it's like 26 points. Yeah, so they're on 25. So yeah, the Dolphins. So currently, at the moment, the Cowboys will be up by 1. So that is Ruben Cotto takes the first hit up of the inside of the 20. And now the Cowboys will get to the 20 for the second tackle. So now on to the 40, the Cowboys go for the 4th tackle. Just sort of locked in for a second. Flat ball out, potential 40-20 attempt here. And the bounce doesn't work. Oh, but Hammer's taken a while to get it. He's gone all the way back to the 5, and he's slipped through, but he only gets just to the 10. But a lot of pressure on Tobias Fido at the moment. Now Tessie near with the ball, and he'll get kept inside of the 10. It's just what the Cowboys need to do, just keep him back. Now here's a run up here by the Dolphins. It's a Sarko onto the 20 for the 3rd tackle. Now the Dolphins spreading it out to the left. Oh, almost a run there through there for Kenny Bromwich. Last tackle. They've only made it up to about the 35. And here's a kick from Sean O'Sullivan. And the Cowboys have picked it up on the 20 as that is Drinkwater. And he'll get it just about to the 30 for the first tackle for North Queensland. The battery could be coming low. 20% at about half an hour. We should be alright. 3rd tackle now for the North Queensland Cowboys, just shy of halfway. And here comes a barnstorming run by Valentine Holmes, who gets brought down just on the Dolphins 40 for the 4th tackle. They've passed it out there to Jake Granville. No, it's Ruben Cotter. And now right to the left-hand side. Valentine Holmes with the grubber to Talagi. It's been battered. It was batted backwards there by Talagi, but it's picked up by the Dolphins on the 10 for the first tackle. But I felt like it looked like a Dolphins player batted it forward. But it was the Cowboys. So in this situation, you've got to question, what do you do? So the Dolphins are now down by 25 points. Well, there's a few things they can do. They can score. They can try to score tries. That's probably. But it's just they've got so much to do, and the Cowboys have just got really rampant momentum. And this will be the last tackle here. It's one of the Bromwich brothers, making it just to the 40. Interestingly, the only player from the bench who has scored is Josh Kern. Here's the last tackle kick by Sean O'Sullivan. Taken on the 10 by Kyle Felt. And Felt will run himself to the 30 for the first tackle. I think Jared Wallace might be brought in here because there's a player on the Dolphins bench with a massive ice pack around his knee. Trying to figure out who that could be. I'm not too... Is it Lemieux? No. And then the Cowboys are spread it out all the way out to the right-hand side, as that is Finafiaki. He gets brought down on the 30 in the Dolphins' half for the fourth tackle. Townsend to Cotter. And Cotter will get brought down 25 away from the try line now. Last tackle for the Cowboys. Dearden. Flat ball out. Oh, and it's a pass that's flung all the way back to the 30, but still Dearden with the ball. Dearden tries to go for a chicken chase over the top, and Tabuai-Fido's left, and he's going to pick it up inside of the goal mouth, but he will get out of there. And Dearden will wrap him up inside of the 10 for the first tackle, but good bit of work there by Tabuai-Fido to get out of that situation. Flegler now set to come back onto the field, and genuine honesty, I think Flegler coming off was probably one of the big reasons is that Cowboys were able to keep rampant. I think they really need to keep Flegler for the rest of the season this year. They need to keep Flegler on as long as possible because there was a lot of solid structure. Here's Flegler now, the first carry since coming back on the field, and he's just shy of halfway for the last tackle. And there's the kick from O'Sullivan. It was just outside of halfway, and it's taken by Felt on the 10. And Felt will make the 30 for the first tackles. We're now 14 gone in this second half. Still Cowboys 37, Dolphins 12. Run meters just under 800 for the Dolphins, while the Cowboys are now at 1100, which... Oh, here comes a big bum charging run here by Valentine Holmes as he gets past halfway now for the third tackle. It's Jordan McLean now with the ball now. Fourth tackle, about 35 away from the try line. As one of the Dolphins players is taking a while to get up from that tackle as Chad Townsend gets wrapped up. 30 out now. Last tackle for the Cowboys. Dearden with a crossfield kick to the left-hand side. Will be met by Asako. And Asako trying to find a gap, but he'll get brought down just inside of the 20 for the first tackle for the Dolphins. That is Farnworth for the second tackle inside of the 30. Now to 5, it's Jack Bostock. Gets to the third, just shy of the 40. Flegler. Gets just shy of halfway. He will cross over on past halfway now for the fourth tackle. But yeah, not really much happening in these next couple of minutes, as that is Max Plath. 40 out from the try line. Last tackle for the Dolphins. It's a high kick by O'Sullivan. And Hammer's going for it. And he's taken it, but he's lost it. And it's going to be picked up by Murray Talagi. And it's going to be a changeover on the 10-metre line. But it's a good... they're making chances, which you could say is definitely adamant now. It's a good take there by Hammer, but it's just a... There's a one-on-one strip, and it was just batted out, which is fair. Okay, so that was what happened. It is Connolly Lemieux, and it's a dislocated kneecap. That is that's not good. That is not good there for the Dolphins. And Connolly, honestly, Lemieux actually had a very good match. In all, first, I think it's probably one of the better players that the Dolphins have had for this match, despite the result. And it's a big miss. So still fourth tackle now for the Cowboys. It's just a chip over the top from Townsend, and Tabuai going to get backed into a corner. He gets immediately met up by Labert and Nanai. Inside of the 10 metres for the first tackle, and that's Tessie Niu. Dolphins just going to be just held back, really. Just the Cowboys are just using these types of kicks to just regain their breath for being so much on top of the game. That is Herbie Farnworth, who hasn't had the best of debuts, but he's been okay. It's just I don't think he's really gotten that much of the ball as what I've liked to see. Is your Felice Kafusi now just shy of halfway now for the last tackle, as we're now just 22 minutes remaining in this match. What is very looking like to being a very decisive win for the North Queensland Cowboys. There's a big run here from the Cowboys. They'll get to their 40-metre line for the second tackle. Some decent running here as Talagi gets past halfway. Now Cotter, they're moving the ball really quickly here. 35 out now for the Cowboys. Fourth tackle. Passes it to Dearden. For Fini Fuiaki. 25 out now, last tackle. They'll spread it to the middle, and they'll kick it to the right-hand side. Townsend, there's a few people waiting, and it's attempted to be batted backwards. That's surely got to be a knock-on, surely. Oh, wait, what? It's a try? Okay, that was actually a really good bit of play there as Ruben Cotter's scored. I thought that was batted forward by the Cowboys. I just want to see this play on because I feel like I've very much mistreated this, but I didn't. I just thought it was like attempted to be knocked back, but it went forward by the Cowboys. So it's a high kick from Dearden. And it's batted backwards by the Dolphins, and Townsend's chased it and just batted it back in play, and Ruben Cotter's catched it and scored. That's fair enough. I just thought it was knocked forward by the Cowboys in that play. I just got very confused. But there we go. 41. Here we go. No, it's a knock on. Yep, Nanai touched it, but it was then knocked forward. But it was a one-on-one, so the try should be taken off him. So I was right. Yep, so unfortunately, the try for Ruben Cotter will not count. It was... Nanai had first possession, it popped up, then it was knocked back by the Dolphins, so it will be classed as a knock-on by the Cowboys, and it will just go back to 37 to 12. Good bit of play, but good bit of just what you want, which is a good bit of play. Yeah, and Cuba Cronks has just brought up in commentary, which I do have to agree with, about how, like, with the chasing the possession of the ball, it's like the Dolphins have sort of just given up, which definitely makes sense here. So 21 minutes 21 seconds remaining as the Dolphins will get the ball on their 10-metre line for a full set of 6. Don't know what the chance going around, but here we go. Third tackle now for the Dolphins as they get to the 40. Realistically, with the way things are going, if the Dolphins don't score within the next 5 minutes, whilst keeping the Cowboys at bay, I don't think there's any chance of like a miracle last stand comeback. So last tackle here, 40 metres out now for the Dolphins. Nicarima with the kick. It's a high boot and taken on the 10 by Scott Drinkwater. Labert here is at a very good first half. Just been a bit reserved in the second half, but I mean, kind of understandable with the size of the lead at the moment. Now the Cowboys on the 30 for the third tackle, as that is Talagi. And this is a big thing. The North Queensland Cowboys next week playing the Newcastle Knights, who obviously on Thursday really didn't show up against the Raiders. And this will be a good chance for the Cowboys just to continue their momentum and getting a secondary win here. As Tabuai gets the ball from the kick and he makes it to the 30 for the first tackle after breaking a tackle or two. Tessie New now has the ball. And he'll run centrally and he'll get brought down on the Dolphins 40 for the second tackle. But yeah, not a lot of movement here by the Dolphins. They're just not really doing anything, as that's Herbie Farnworth, who gets a couple of post-contact meters and is just shy of halfway for the third tackle. Flat ball there to Flagler, and he'll get past halfway. The Dolphins now 45 out from the try line. They'll pass it up the middle. Nicarima, flat ball to Plath. Plath almost breaking through there. Great tackle there by Labert. Now 30 metres out. Last tackle for the Dolphins. Nicarima goes for a crossfield kick. It doesn't really go that far back. As Farworth's gone for a touch with the foot. And he was using he did with a little footy touch. And he's gesturing I don't know what the Dolphins have been doing all night to the Cowboys, but they are saying no, it was touched by the Cowboys and should be a set restart for the Dolphins. I know he's doing this, but he was doing it in this. Hey, don't get silly. Don't get silly with that. He's born slippy. So it's a crossfield kick, and it's gone to Farworth, and Farworth's tried to touch it with his foot to get a bit of touch, obviously being a part of the Manchester Football Academies. Yep, no, it's a right call there by Herbie Farnworth. It's because Valentine Holmes has come in to smother the ball. It is acting on playing on it, so it will be a set restart for the Dolphins 20 metres out. So, right call there by Farnworth. Good bit of momentum there. Good bit of play. So now Bromwich now with the ball. I believe this is Jesse. 15 out from the try line. Second tackle. Must needed a try here for the Dolphins if they want any form of a comeback. Dolphins now O'Sullivan. Nicarima. Oh, interception! And it's Talagi that stops it. And Hammer's trying to go for a one-on-one strip, and that's going to be a penalty to the Cowboys. And Talagi's done he's in his head. But yeah, just showing that even with being 25 points ahead, the Cowboys' defense has just been really impressive to see. And now the kick's been put into touch for the penalty. So 45 metres out, a full set of 6 now for the Cowboys to just put more pain on the Dolphins. McLean now with the ball, and the Dolphins are appealing for a obstruction. Second tackle, 30 metres out now. Cotter to Townsend. Townsend feigns a pass, but will get brought down 20 metres out from the try line for the third tackle. 17 minutes now remaining in the match. Cotter to Dearden. Flat ball out to Valentine Holmes. He can't get through the guts, but he'll get brought down 15 out. Fourth tackle. You'd have to think just one more try here should be able to seal the win here. McLean now with the ball. He goes up the guts. He's going to get brought down 10 metres out from the try line, and this will be the last tackle for the Cowboys. They'll spread it to the right. The Dolphins line have cut up really quickly. Needs a grubber kick in the middle of the play for Drinkwater, and Tablaifado's got nothing else but to bat it away, and it will be a goal line dropout to the Dolphins with 16 and a half now remaining in the matchup. It is the short drop kick attempt. Batted backward by the Cowboys, and they've done well to hold on to that. Sorry, I've just been... It's a penalty here for the Cowboys. Oh, hang on. What's going on here is a little bit of argy-bargy. I actually missed what happened there, but it is a penalty. It must have been a high shot. Jesse Bromwich. Oh, the slamming down there. It's more Ray Stone than Jesse Bromwich there, but and Bromwich around the head. I mean, fucking Bromwich has been in that tackling position somewhat recent, not that long ago. It was 2014, but still. 20 metres out now, full set of 6 here for the Cowboys. 15 remaining in the match. I haven't really seen, in genuine honesty, I have not actually seen a whole lot of Tamalalo this match. And it's a penalty here for a knockback there by the Cowboys. And Dolphins need to calm down because they feel like another penalty, it's going to be resulting in a sin bin. With only 14 remaining in the match, it was marker not square. So 10 metres out, full set of 6. The Cowboys want the points. And here's Finafe Ayuki, 5 metres out from the try line now. First tackle. To Jordan McLean now, right up the guts and just in the centre of the field. He's about a metre short from the try line here. Second tackle. They'll pass it out to the right-hand side. But the thing is that one thing I have said that there could be a positive is how quick the Dolphins come off their line to really smother any sort of like big passing play from really close range. As that's Niam now. He gets brought down on the 10-metre line for the fourth tackle. Dolphins now. Oh, feints going to the left and spins it to the right. Long over the top, but it's charged down by Bostock, and it's going to be a knock on to the Dolphins, and it's another set here for the Cowboys. But right play for Bostock to make. As we've now just got about 13 and a half minutes remaining in not only this match, but round 1 as a whole for the NRL. So here we go now. We're just waiting for the time to stop now as the scrum has been set. So 10 metres out, scrum feed should result in a try for the North Queensland Cowboys. As Ray Stone has been taken off for a HIA. So yeah, Connor Lemieux, who's done for a dislocated knee, which could probably bring in someone like, I think Plath probably could take in as the starting in for round 2, because I've actually been pretty impressed with Plath coming in this match, but I do think Flagler very much needs to stay on the field a lot for the Dolphins this year. Here we go. Chad Townsend sets to roll the scrum in, and here comes the fast play. Labert trying to get in again. He gets brought down 5 metres short of the line for the first tackle now. 13 minutes remaining in this match. Flat ball. I don't know exactly who that is, but the Cowboys still very close to the line now. They'll spread it more into the middle after going to the left. Townsend, grubber kick, big charge. Oh, no! Fucking whoopsie. Absolute confusion there. A lot of miscommunication there by the Cowboys in that situation. It's a grubber kick here from Townsend, and it's Jeremiah Nanai and Zach Labour, but no one says anything about the ground, and Labour just blows up at Nanai because none of them just get on the ball. I don't know why Labert's going off at Nanai here. That's kind of Labert's fault because the ball's right in front of him and he just doesn't ground it. And And the commentators have said that the second half the Cowboys have been a little bit disappointing, but I mean, like, they're already so far ahead from their efforts in the first half, so it's understandable, but it should be over 50 points. Hang on, the commentators are talking over it because it could be a 20-minute restart, but they're saying could potentially Jack Bostick of the Dolphins have touched the ball before it goes dead. Hang on, something does touch there. Was it touched there by Bostick? And it could be a goal line dropout to the Dolphins. Yep, they're going back. It's going to be a goal line dropout to the Dolphins. What? It's a penalty try. What's happened here? Okay, so kick, Townsend with the grubber. What's happened here? So Labert's running in, but he's actually been pushed off the ball. That's actually the right call there. Jack Bostick. I don't think that should be a penalty try. It's basically because it's like Labert's running in and Bostock's actually pushed him off the ball, but I really don't think that. I think it's more Laber just didn't ground it. Like, if he was actually trying to ground it, then he gets pushed off, I can understand. But Laber doesn't really go for it. And it's been awarded a penalty try. I think that's a bit. I reckon that's a. So it's going to be a penalty try to Zach Laber. I think that's a bit too nice. To call that a penalty try, personally. But I mean, the Cowboys definitely do deserve it, but like, deserve the win, and obviously from their performance. But I think that call's a little silly. And there we go. There's the conversion. It's successful. So it's 43 points to 12 with just under 12 and a half now remaining. But there we go. Zach Laber is actually, I think, definitely deserves man of the match. So you'd have to think now with like 12 minutes remaining, and it's now a 29-point lead that the Cowboys should very much be able to hang on here. I think it should be a penalty, but a penalty try I think's really too is a bit. I think it's a bit harsh because it came out of nowhere. Because none of the commentators were even talking about it. It's like they were trying to see if the ball got like not touched by a Dolphins player, and all of a sudden he's just awarded a try. And it's like, wait, what? So Townsend takes the catch from the kick, and that is the number 16 of McIntyre, who gets brought down to the 10 for the first tackle. Oh, big run here by Finifayaki. Gets brought. I mean, it's not really inside of the 30 now for the third tackle. The Cowboys. So Cowboys need 7 points to put 50 on the Dolphins. Last tackle 40 on the 40-meter line now for the Cowboys. They'll spread it to Townsend, and Townsend will kick it. And this is a good possession opportunity here for the Dolphins. It's a penalty for an offside for the Cowboys, and it's now to where the penalty has happened. So it'll be 40 meters away from the try line. What's up? Why? I can in 10 minutes if you want. Here we go. First tackle now. 25 out. Flagler trying to run up the guts here. We could try to get this Tobias Fido thing to happen. We can. O'Sullivan trying to go up the guts himself. It'd be pretty much a miracle if the Dolphins could get to get close to trying to get the score, but just to chew up the points. Jesse Bromwich now trying to get the ball, and he gets held up inside of the side of the 10 here, as we've now got. Oh, was the last tackle here for the Dolphins as Hammer just gets wrapped up. That's good defense by the Cowboys, who've now entered the final 10 minutes of the match. And the Cowboys, despite the lead, have been defending really good so far this match. I just want to check. Whilst we're here, this isn't live, so the different 24 points. Yeah, so currently the Cowboys would be top of the table. 4-4 and against. Third tackle for the Cowboys. Granville with a big run. Granville still going. That's a good run by Granville. 45 out now from the try line. Fourth tackle. They can still try to put 50 on him. Did Tamalolo get injured or something? Because that must be what have happened, because I've not seen him at all this match. Townsend, last tackle kick, and it's pretty high. It'll be taken by the Dolphins inside of the 20 for the first tackle. We've now got just under 9 minutes remaining in this matchup. And as the third tackle, sorry, I just zoned out. Doppelganger. Third tackle, fourth tackle now for the Dolphins as they just remain in the 4 into the 30, and that is Kafusi. Under fifth, and this will be the last tackle. And there's the kick from O'Sullivan. And it'll be taken by Kyle Felt on the 20. Flings it all the way out to Drinkwater, and they'll fling it out to Talagi. Inside of the 40 for the first tackles. We're now under 8 minutes remaining in this matchup, and yeah, the Dolphins are going really well. Now the number 3, Valentine Holmes, crosses halfway for the third tackle. Townsend, it's a good wrap-up tackle there by O'Sullivan on his opposite number. Fourth tackle. That was a forward pass. Dearden gets wrapped up there by Kafusi. Now 40 out from the try line. Last tackle for the Cowboys as Townsend goes for a chip and chase. Goes for a kick again. It's picked up by Tabuai-Fidow. And Tabuai-Fidow is going to go on a run here. Gets a pass out to Tessie New. And it's a race. The 40, the 30. Gets the pass off. And it's going to be Bostock who will go into the corner and score. So he at least will get another Dolphins try. And it's going to be 43-16 with a kick to come. But good bit of play there by the Dolphins to at least get some points. And I believe if they make the conversion, it'll actually be tied for the second half. No, it wouldn't. It'd still be 12-6. So at least there's some signs of the Dolphins not giving up there as Tabuai-Fidow does really well. Gets it off to Neo, and Neo noticing that Zach Labert making absolute pace. Just gets the ball off to Jack Bostock. And for some of the Dolphins fans that have remained in the crowd, will get the try. And that's well done there for Zach. There you go for Bostock. And that'll be a conversion from the sideline for Asako to make it 3 from 3 for the day, as we've the clock's ticking down with just about 6 minutes remaining in this matchup. So here's the conversion attempt here by Jermaine Asako. Oh, Asako. Oh, he knows the way to my heart with those conversions. It looked like they're going to miss, but then they swing back, and he actually he also doinked it to go in, so it's now 43-18. So I think 2 of the tries probably shouldn't have counted, but it'll still be 18-31, so You know, so here we go. 5.5 minutes remaining in this matchup. It's 43-18. Could the Dolphins make at least a little bit of a surge? Because the Cowboys actually kind of need the points difference, because currently, as it would stand, they've only got a 20. They've currently got so they're currently in front in terms of the ladder by 1 point. So any more points conceded by the Dolphins, it will actually be the Dragons who finish round one. Yeah, look, you see the people there doing the fins up as they're 25 points down, which makes me confirm my belief that all the Dolphins fans are crisis actors. But anyways, 5.5 to go. And here it goes, Felice Kafusi now getting onto the 25 for the second tackle. Mark Nichols gets on the run, he gets brought down on the 30 for the third tackle. And that's an incorrect play of the ball, and the Cowboys will get the ball back 30 out. So they have another ample opportunity to put more points to put themselves even further ahead in terms of the points difference. And the Dolphins will challenge. Makes sense, you've got plenty of... You're not going to use it. Any other opportunity, you've only got a couple of minutes remaining, but, you know, do what you want. In all honesty, you know, just do what you friggin' want. Just waiting now. Oh, there we go. It's a challenge successful. It's actually going to be a penalty to the Dolphins. Because it's a ruck infringement inside of the 40. So it's a penalty. Ball knowledge, I remember. So any more points really here for the Dolphins, and if they can they kick it, and if they just get any bit of points, the Cowboys won't go into the... I mean, they'll still be like really high up on the ladder, it's just they won't be first. First tackle here, that is Jesse Bromwich, who's 45 away from the try line. Big run there by Josh Kerr, gets onto the Cowboys 40 for the second tackle. Bit of a dodgy pass there to O'Sullivan, makes it the third with 35 out. Josh Kerr, no, it's not Josh Kerr, it's Mark Nichols now, 25 away from the try line, fourth tackle for the Dolphins. And that's just a really bad knock on. But I'd actually have to go and end this earlier, so really apologise for this. We've got about 3 minutes for remaining, but I mean, we'll probably accept that the Cowboys win, but I do actually have to go. I just received a text. But yeah, I mean, the Cowboys absolutely dominating display here. Definitely deserve the win. And we'll have to end it off here, unfortunately. But thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully we'll see you all for round 2 next week for some streams and hopefully some videos in the middle of the week. So